It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update as we look at whether Keith Lee to AEW is a done deal. A WWE legend is set to open this Sunday's Super Bowl 56, and 3 AEW wrestlers have teased the signing of Jeff Hardy. And before we get into it, make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss the latest wrestling news, and check out the relaunched WrestlePlanet.net for daily wrestling articles. In April 2021, WWE would announce that they were set to release a documentary telling the story of superfan Vladimir, who was a regular in the audience during the company's heyday. He would travel to Manhattan from Haiti as a child before quickly finding a passion for wrestling. Whilst the documentary was originally set for release in summer 2021, it is still nowhere to be seen. According to a fresh report from PW Insider, there has been zero communication from the company towards Vladimir in months, and they are told that there's still no current plan to release the finished, completed documentary. There is also said to be no indication that this situation will change. This is likely very disappointing for Vladimir, with the documentary having already been filmed, with WWE also releasing a trailer in early 2021. This is no doubt poor form from the company. Following the recent WWE release of Jeff Hardy in December 2021, there has been much speculation surrounding his next move. It has previously been revealed that Jeff is set to reunite with his brother Matt for an upcoming big-time wrestling show on March 12th, and we can now confirm a second Hardy Boys reunion. MCW Pro Wrestling would take to Twitter to announce that they've booked both Matt and Jeff for an upcoming show in Millersville, Maryland on May 15th, and they would tweet, "Breaking news, IPO Sports Marketing teams up with MCW Pro Wrestling again on Sunday, May 15th to present Baltimore Celeb Fest 4 and MCW Spring Fever at the Benfield Sports Center in Millersville, Maryland. Already signed to appear at Celeb Fest and also to compete at Spring Fever is Matt and Jeff Hardy. This will be the Hardys' first MCW match since January 28th, where they defeated Dirty Money and Eric Chappell to win the promotion's tag titles, with their TNA World Tag Belts also on the line. We do have some more Jeff Hardy related news coming up later in the video, this time regarding a potential move to All Elite Wrestling, but before we get there, next, the second ever Ring of Honor Hall of Famer has been revealed. Following the announcement of the ROH Hall of Fame last week, the company has now confirmed that former Ring of Honor World Champion and current AEW star Bryan Danielson is next in line. The promotion would take to their website to break the news, and they would write, "Ring of Honor is proud to welcome Bryan Danielson, the embodiment of fighting spirit and technical wrestling excellence, into the inaugural class of the ROH Hall of Fame. The American Dragon played a major role in establishing ROH as the best wrestling on the planet, beginning with his performance in the main event of ROH's debut show, The Era of Honor Begins, in 2002. Whenever the final countdown blared throughout the building as Danielson made his entrance to the ring, fans knew they were about to witness a true master of his craft at work. A superior technician, striker, and submission specialist, Danielson cemented his status as the best wrestler in the sport when he won the ROH World title in 2005. His 462-day reign as ROH World Champion is the third longest, and he made a record 38 successful title defenses. Danielson now joins the Briscoe brothers, who were announced as the first inductees last week, and more inductions will be revealed over the coming weeks as ROH head towards the Supercard of Honor in April, their first event since December's final battle. Bryan's induction now means that he is a two-time Hall of Famer, with him also being part of the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, and he will likely receive his third induction in the coming years when he's honored by WWE. But who do you think will be next week's inductee? Let me know in the comments down below. This week, it has been revealed that Impact Wrestling have signed a current AAA champion. AAA World Cruiserweight Champion Laredo Kid spoke with Paltrowcast this week and confirmed the news and said, "Yes, my goal is to try to fight for that belt, X Division title, because when I started in the wrestling business, I saw all the wrestlers that go for the X Division, like AJ Styles. I think that motivated me to be a good wrestler, like training hard. When I see all the crazy moves they do, I try to do the same, and training more to be there one day, and when I had the opportunity to be able to sign with Impact, it's great, Right now, it's a dream to have this opportunity, then I'm going to find the X Division belt." Laredo Kid would make his Impact debut in 2017, teaming up with now WWE superstar Angel Garza, defeating Eli Drake, who is now NXT's LA Knight, as well as Tyrus, the former Brodus Clay. He would wrestle for the promotion in 2017, 2018, and 2019, but he wouldn't appear again until August 2021 and has worked 17 matches since. Following his new contract, he is set to be part of Impact's upcoming shows in New Orleans, Louisiana, and will likely continue to work AAA shows, although this hasn't been confirmed. New Japan Pro Wrestling star Will Ospreay has appeared on a show for Revolution Pro Wrestling this week in London, where he would call out a former AEW World Champion. Ospreay is the reigning Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion and is looking for his next challenger after defeating Michael Oku last week at High Stakes. During a promo last night, Ospreay would tease a future match with Jon Moxley at some point in the future, although he would be interrupted by Gabriel Kidd. Ospreay would mention the upcoming New Japan Chicago show, with the company set to hold the Windy City Riot at the Odeum Expo Center on April 16th. This follows a recent promo from Moxley where he would confirm that he will be at the event and demand New Japan bring their best. If the match happens, it will be the Death Riders' first in New Japan since October 2021, where he teamed with Eddie Kingston to take on Lance Archer and Minoru Suzuki at New Japan Strong Showdown. On the other hand, Ospreay hasn't wrestled a New Japan match since Wrestle Kingdom 16 last month, where he lost to Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. On February 2nd, the non-compete clause of several released WWE superstars would expire, including former NXT champion Keith Lee. Since his contract was cut in November, many have felt that Lee will eventually find a home in AEW when he becomes available, and it looks like we're one step closer to seeing it happen. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio this week, Dave Meltzer would provide an update regarding the situation, stating that the move is likely a done deal, and he would say, "I know that we're pretty close with Keith Lee. If it's not already a done deal, it's probably a done deal. I don't know that officially, but that's kind of been the word going around." This news follows a recent report in the Observer newsletter where Meltzer would reveal that the possibility of signing Lee has been talked about within AEW, noting that he may already have signed a deal. He has now doubled down on the story. Lee and Mia Yim would get married this past weekend, and perhaps now his wife could also join him on the AEW roster in the near future. This Sunday, the 56th annual Super Bowl is set to take place from the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, where a major wrestling star will appear. The NFL would today announce that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is set to play a part in the pre-game festivities this weekend, and although it's not exactly clear what The Rock will be doing at the game, he will likely be there to promote his upcoming movie Black Adam, which debuts in July 2022. The Great One would take to Twitter to speak of the opportunity, and he would say, "After all these years, my football dream of standing on the Super Bowl field has finally come true. This will be historic, this will be my honor, this will be electrifying. I'll see you this Sunday." The SoFi Stadium is also set to hold WrestleMania 39 next year in 2023, where The Rock is rumored to be challenging his cousin and current WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, so perhaps there could be some tie-ins for the show. Interestingly, in August 2020, Johnson would purchase fellow football league the XFL, along with some business partners, which was previously owned by Vince McMahon before the pandemic brought an end to the planned relaunch. Now the XFL owner is set to step foot on an NFL field for the first time. And finally, as we head towards this week's surprise AEW debut, speculation around the possibility of a Jeff Hardy appearance has continued to spread. This week, in classic Young Bucks fashion, the former AEW World Tag Team Champions would change their Twitter bio to add to the rumors, calling for Hardy to join them in AEW, and they would say, "Bring us Jeff Harvey." This is of course a reference to the Royal Rumble 2008 event where announcer Mike Adamel mispronounced Jeff's name, a moment immortalized in the intro of web series Botchamania. This latest bio change has only added fuel to the fire of the Jeff Hardy to AEW talk. The Bucks have made similar hints in the past ahead of eventual AEW debuts, including Adam Cole, although the Kevin Owens teasers never came to be. Many have speculated that Jeff Hardy will debut this week on AEW Dynamite as the mystery man in the AEW Face of the Revolution qualifier match, taking on the Hardy family office's Isaiah Cassidy. Cassidy himself would seem to hint that his opponent could be Jeff, and he took to Twitter to say, "I was good, but Sammy was better on Friday. Respect, G. But hey, this better not be who I think it is. You're gonna force me to put this dude out for good. By the way, I've called you 4 times, Matt Hardy. I gotta get ready for this ladder match." Could Matt be dismissing Isaiah's calls, knowing his brother is set to debut? I guess only time will tell. Whilst Jeff is likely still undergoing ongoing his WWE 90-day non-compete clause, it's possible that this was voided due to the nature of Jeff's unfair dismissal, although this is just speculation at this point. Jeff refused an offer of rehab after he walked out of a house show in November, although later drug tests came back negative, with Jeff needing to contact a lawyer to help him get hold of the results. Some think it's possible that during these negotiations, he got out of his deal. Either way, it does seem that Jeff Hardy will eventually become All Elite, whether it's this week or in the coming months. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 possible candidates for the AEW Revolution ladder match surprise.